One of the questions I get in my leadership seminars is this: Coach Michael Lin, when I coach my own employees, I just tell them, but when you teach here, you tell a lot of stories, and then there are things that I've been trying to learn from other sources, and I haven't been able to comprehend it until today, until you taught through, until you heard these stories. I'm just wondering if storytelling is, are you telling stories because it's a teaching too? Well, yes. Storytelling is one of the most effective teaching and learning tools out there. And if you're going to be an effective leader, if you want to be effective at leading people from A to B to C all the way to Z, if you want to change people's minds, if you want to coach people, if you want people to follow you, you need to learn storytelling and use storytelling as a coaching tool, as a leadership tool. Why is it that storytelling is such an effective teaching tool? And why is it all the effective teachers, leaders throughout human history all use storytelling as a teaching tool, as a leadership tool? Well, here's the thing. Now, let's say instead of telling a story, you're just lecturing down on people, right? It's not as effective as storytelling because, number one, when you're lecturing down on people, how do you make people feel? You make them feel they are being lectured upon. And they might even accuse you of being condescending. Who gave you the right to talk to me in such a condescending fashion? All right. And number two, even if they don't feel like you're being condescending, right? Number two, if you just tell them, it's abstract. Quite often people cannot comprehend, they can't relate, they don't get it. So they have no idea the essence of what you're trying to teach them, right? This is why throughout human history, all the good teachers and all the good leaders have been using storytelling. And we all grew up learning from stories, right? Now, I'm pretty sure you have all heard the following story. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there was a rabbit and then a turtle. And they decided to go for a race to find out who runs the fastest, right? We all know the story, right? And then what's the essence of the story? Well, just because you're fast doesn't mean that you're going to win. If you become complacent, right? If you become arrogant, you might lose. Just because you're slow doesn't mean that you're going to lose. Well, you might be slow, but if you're steady, you put in the effort, you don't become lazy, you might win, right? So we all grew up since childhood learning through stories, even when they taught us mathematics, right? They taught us 1 + 1 = 2. We go, what? Okay. But if they go, Johnny has an apple, okay, Sarah has another apple, how many apples do we have here altogether? 2 apples. You see, that's teaching through a story. All right. So one more thing, that is, so when you being the leader, the teacher, when you start telling stories, right, people will just go, oh, story time. Yeah, how sweet. I feel like a kid all over again. And they don't feel you're condescending, right? They don't feel like you're lecturing on them. They don't think you're standing on a high horse, standing a bunch of soapboxes. And they go, yeah, sweet, story time, like when I was a kid, right? And they will just get carried away by the motif of the story, right? You can even have story within the story. And so they'll just get carried away, and then they are relaxed, right? The mind is actually open. People are the most open-minded when they are hearing a story. And then, funny thing, the learning will just come out of themselves, because people, they identify with the characters in the story. They see themselves in the motif, all right? And then the learning, the essence, the spirit of the story, the spirit of learning, they will realize it themselves. Well, I don't mean 100%, but there's a very high success rate. This is why you need to have different stories for different people. Sometimes, some people understand this story better, some other people understand that story better. And this is why storytelling is such an effective tool for you to lead them, for you to coach them, for you to teach them. And also, you want to use stories that's in their lives, in their professions. I remember when I first started using stories was when I was actually a junior IT engineer. I had to deal with a lot of users who are anything but IT engineers. They might be doctors or lawyers or pianists or nurses or what have you. So every time I try to explain a technology concept to them, I would try to use a concept or a situation that is from their profession, from their life, as opposed to from my profession, from my life. This way, they learn real fast. And also, another effective kind of story that's effective to helping you employees to grow is your own personal failure to success stories, right? One of the phrases that I've been using for years and years and years, feel free to copy and paste, is, Nathan, you just made a mistake that I myself used to make. 5, 10, 20 years ago when I first started doing this job. Because back then, I didn't know this, I didn't know that, nobody told me this, nobody told me that, right? So I walked into a minefield, I fell into a trap, boom, I got killed. All right, you see this scar? I'm not sure the camera can pick this up. You see the scar here? Yeah, that was when I was not following safety procedures because nobody told me this. I was working late. We were building 20 PCs one night. We were running around like mad. I was using my bare hands to peel off bare metal from the back of a PC, doing it 20 times in a row. And next thing I know, flesh, blood was everywhere, and my flesh was dangling. And then, hey, get some newspapers, wrap it up, get back to work. So tell stories, tell your personal failure to success stories, right? I didn't know this, I made that mistake, and then you can even bring your other colleagues, like a foreman on the team, another manager, say, hey, Scott, remember you were there 5 years ago when I made that mistake, I didn't know what I was doing, and then Scott will come back here, yeah, but don't feel bad that you made this mistake. I made this mistake, your boss, Michael, he also made this because we didn't know back then, so on and so forth, all right? So this is why storytelling is effective. You need to learn how to use storytelling as a tool, as a leadership tool, as a coaching tool, as a teaching tool to help your employees to learn to improve. And one more thing, not only do you need to develop your skills in terms of using storytelling as a teaching tool, as a leadership tool, you should also coach your best performers to use storytelling to coach other team members. Teach them, coach them, right? Encourage them to develop their coaching skills, their storytelling skills, tell their own stories of failure to success to help other team members. This way, everybody improve. Everybody get to improve. Everybody get to learn. Everybody learn how to teach, and everybody benefit from this little system that you just implemented in your team. All right. So if you need coaching, don't hesitate. Send me an email, and make sure you subscribe to this channel. Hit the like button. And also share my videos with your family, your good friends, your good colleagues, everyone you know, anyone who's also into learning, advancing, and growing with you, growing together with you, fighting the trenches together with you. Let me ask you this. Do you think your life will get easier if you're the only person improving? Nobody around you is also improving? No. Your life will not get easier. Your life will only get harder and harder if you are the only person improving. Because people around you will not be able to understand your latest thinking and then the latest things you're doing. They will not help you. They will go against you. They will bring you down because they don't understand your latest thinking, your latest philosophy, your latest insight into leadership, management, business, and so on and so forth. Right? This is why you want to promote learning, help everyone you know to learn together, so you can grow together, so you can have discussions. You can discuss what you learned, and then use what you just learned to discuss your most recent practical issues, challenges you're facing, you're trying to solve. All right, this is why make sure you want to make sure you share these videos with everyone, your family, your friends, your colleagues, your coworkers, and also hit the notification button. This way, every time I release a brand new coaching video, guess who are the first one who gonna be receiving a notification and can start learning first? You and your people, right? You want to learn first so you can get ahead of the competition out there. All right, until next time, keep on learning. Coach Michael Lin, signing out.